That wide sweep bow tie badge stamped across a blacked-out grille on silver and black two-tone paint. This is the Suburban that just told Mercedes and Land Rover to pack up and go home. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why the tri-screen digital architecture inside this Suburban, a driver cluster, a landscape infotainment panel, and a dedicated rear seat display system is not a technology showcase. It is a factory commitment to cabin intelligence that no American full-size SUV has executed at this integration level. I will get there. Whether the 2026 Suburban justifies $120,000, my answer depends entirely on whether you are cross-shopping a High Country or a GLS 580, because those are two completely different financial and ownership arguments. We are covering the exterior stance and design language and interior specification that competes directly with German luxury flagships and a powertrain calibration that changes what a 6,000-pound SUV feels like at 75 miles per hour. The development story? Sources indicate it did not begin in a standard Suburban family SUV planning process. It began with an uncomfortable internal comparison. The most significant element visible here is not the panoramic roof. It is the dual-screen landscape display integrated flush into the full-width dashboard architecture. On a flagship SUV competing above $100,000, fragmented screen layouts signal cost engineering. The seamless landscape panel here, running instrument cluster to infotainment in one continuous visual field, eliminates the visual disconnect that undermines perceived quality at this price point. No other American full-size SUV executes this at factory level. The GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate does not. Speculative tech number 1. Unified display bus architecture. A single processing backbone drives both the driver cluster and infotainment panels simultaneously, allowing content to migrate between screens based on drive mode. Engineering logic. Isolated display controllers create input lag and visual inconsistency. A shared bus eliminates the seam. This closes the interface gap that current split-screen systems cannot bridge. That display architecture changes what this cabin communicates. The material specification tells you who was intended to sit in it. The front seats carry perforated dark leather with contrast stitching and bolstered side panels. Execution and material weight that belong in a Mercedes GLS 450 interior. At this trim level, the Suburban stops referencing its own nameplate and starts referencing European competition directly. Physical rotary HVAC controls positioned below the landscape screen are the correct call for a driver managing temperature at highway speed. Climate adjustment should never require a sub-menu navigation at 80 miles per hour. The BMW X7's touchscreen primary climate layout fails exactly that mission. Speculative tech number 2. Rear seat thermal zoning display. Dedicated touchscreen on the rear console allows second and third row occupants to independently control seat temperature, ventilation, and entertainment without driver intervention. Engineering reason: a single climate zone for all 3 rows creates constant front-to-rear negotiation on long-haul family trips. No American full-size SUV currently separates rear occupant control to this resolution at factory level. Missed the mark. The wood trim insert on the door panel reads genuine in texture, but runs a single unbroken slab without the layered inlay detail that Mercedes and Lexus use at this price point. For a buyer paying a $120,000 price of entry, that trim simplicity will register on day one. The exterior section delivers the competitive brief that explains every interior specification decision made here. The brief wasn't build a more luxurious Suburban, it was respond to Mercedes-Benz GLS and Land Rover Defender 130, pulling high net worth buyers who wanted European interior refinement in an American full-size SUV. Buyer's GM was losing above $90,000 because the Suburban High Country could not answer the cabin sophistication question at a valet or in a hotel motor court. The GLS 580 launched its fourth generation with a fully digital instrument cluster, rear seat tablet screens, and a tri-zone climate system as standard equipment. Internal conquest data showed buyers cross-shopping Suburban High Country at $72,000 were stepping all the way to $110,000 Mercedes territory. Not for the three-row format, not for the cargo volume, but for the factory interior statement it made in a professional setting. The brief said, keep that buyer inside General Motors without asking them to cross-shop Cadillac Escalade territory. The exterior section is where that mandate becomes impossible to miss. Front to rear on the 2026 Suburban. Front fascia with full-width LED lighting strips and a wide-set bow tie badge projects horizontal mass. This is an intentional authority statement, not a styling default. Two-tone silver over black roof treatment reduces visual height on a tall body without a suspension drop. Multi-spoke dark alloy wheels at approximately 22 inches with performance profile tires. Factory fitment signals this is not a work trim specification. Door panels carry flush handles and continuous character lines that flow into the rear quarter without a visual break. Rear, full-width LED taillight bar, clean liftgate with Chevrolet badging, and quad exhaust exits integrated low in the fascia. Functional heat routing, not decoration. This design holds long-term because the proportional decisions trace to structural logic. The wide stance and flush surfacing are load path decisions, not styling trends applied after the fact. Here is what is under the hood. Engine, 6.2-liter V8, approximately 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic, 4-wheel drive. At this output in a 6,000-pound body, real-world 0 to 60 lands under 6 seconds with a ride calibration that never lets you feel the weight. Speculative tack number 3. Adaptive magnetic ride with predictive load sensing. Suspension dampers read road surface inputs 1,000 times per second and preload for occupant weight distribution before a corner is entered. The Mercedes GLS 580 relies on reactive air suspension. It corrects after body roll begins. This system acts before the physics event occurs, eliminating the half-second lag that a 6,200-pound body makes noticeable. Mercedes GLS 580, $110,000. Superior interior trim layering, narrower third-row utility. Land Rover Defender 130, $95,000. Superior off-road articulation, significantly behind on powertrain refinement and on-road composure. Engineering case complete. Financial case next. Now, here's what I actually think. Completely straightforward. The Mercedes GLS conquest data triggered this brief. That explains every decision. The unified landscape display answers the cabin sophistication gap the High Country could not close. The rear seat thermal zoning system answers the European multi-zone standard, and the predictive suspension answers the ride quality question that any buyer who has driven a GLS will ask in the first 5 minutes. Whether this succeeds depends entirely on whether the target buyer values American scale and powertrain authority over German interior layering. At $120,000, Chevrolet is asking that buyer to make a choice. And for the first time in this segment, the Suburban can actually force that comparison. The 2026 Suburban in this configuration is expected to land between $105,000 and $125,000 fully specified. The Mercedes-Benz GLS 580 starts at $110,000. Superior interior finish detail and European brand cachet, but $15,000 to $30,000 more for equivalent 3-row family utility with less powertrain character. The base Suburban High Country anchors at approximately $72,000. The premium asked here is $33,000 to $53,000 above that floor, and that number needs a clear justification. Factory-differentiated luxury SUVs with genuine digital architecture and engineering hold residual value significantly better than dealer-installed equivalents. The unified display bus, the rear seat control system, and the predictive magnetic ride are not replicable at aftermarket cost with warranty continuity. For a buyer planning a 4 to 5 year hold with a trade-in exit, Suburban residuals above $90,000 have outperformed the segment average for 2 consecutive model cycles. The premium is recoverable if the specification is factory genuine. If you want a 3-row American flagship that puts European interior competition on notice with factory-integrated digital architecture and genuine suspension engineering, the 2026 Suburban at this configuration is the correct call right now. If interior trim layering and European badge prestige are the deciding metrics, the Mercedes-Benz GLS 580 gives you more of both for approximately $15,000 to $20,000 more. This vehicle earns its premium through the coherence of cabin technology, ride engineering, and 3-row American utility that no single European competitor replicates as a complete package. That wide sweep bow tie badge on the blacked-out grille that opened this video, it is not a styling decision. It is the front-end declaration of a competitive brief that said America's most capable full-size SUV needed to stop apologizing in European company. The $120,000 for the 2026 Suburban or $110,000 for the Mercedes GLS 580, same 3-row luxury family mission, 2 completely different ownership identities. If you've driven a GLS at highway speed or put real family miles on a full-size European SUV, I'd genuinely love to know whether the American platform changes how a vehicle this size actually lives day to day. Drop Suburban or GLS below. Next, this goes head-to-head with the Mercedes GLS 580 on full-size luxury credentials. That video is right here. Subscribe for the full analysis. I'll see you in the next one.